Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card. It was inspired by a card I saw on Pinterest made by Shelley Godby. She's a US demonstrator and I will put her link in the box below the video so that you can check her blog out. I actually shared this on my blog recently. I don't have that card, it was this one here. This one has actually gone to a new home, hopefully making somebody very happy. So this is the one that I've made just now, just to remind myself of how I did it. And this has been made with Very Vanilla. The original was Sahara Sand. And the one I'm going to do today, I'm going to use Shimmery White. So I'm going to start off by telling you the card pieces that you need. So you need a card base which measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, scored and folded at 4 1/8, which is 21 by 14.5 centimetres, scored and folded at 10.5 centimetres. Then you need 2 pieces of Shimmery White that measure 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/2 inches, which is 10 by 14 centimetres. You'd also need 2 pieces of Shimmery White which measure 3 3/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches, which is 9.7 by 13.7 centimetres. You will also need a piece of Shimmery White which measures 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 inches, which is 9 by 9 centimetres, and then some extra scraps for the 2 flowery bits for the bird and for the sentiment. Inside this card I have put 2 of these, but I'm only going to do one on today's card because I felt that that takes up too much room from the greeting, doesn't leave that much, so I'm only going to do the one. But otherwise I'm not making any changes. So what I have done in advance is I have done those 2 layers in there, and this is my card base. So I need those, they're going to be for the front. That's my embossed piece, and this is for my die cutting and stamping. So what I'm going to do first is the stamping, and I'm using Sahara Sand ink. And the stamp set is my favourite, which is Petal Palette, which I am really sad is not making it through to the next annual catalogue. It's retiring. But this is going to be one of those sets I keep forever. I just love it. I've used it so much. It has been excellent value for money. So I'm going to be using the bird and also congratulations. I feel that this could be an anniversary card or a wedding card. So I'm going to start with these 2. The original card that I did with the, what colour, oh, this Sahara Sand, I used black for the stamping, but I felt that it looked too harsh with everything else, so pale. So that's why I'm doing this much lighter. Which way do I want to do this? Just do it along here a bit. There we go. So that's the only stamping we need to do. So that's going to be die cutting, that's embossing. So, oops, oh dear, that's not clever. Just slid my finger on top there. Oh, come on. That's it. Right. If you've seen my video, my tour of my studio, you know that I'm sitting on a towel so that when I do something like that, I've got something to wipe my hands with. Now this bit, before I do any die cutting with it, I'm going to attach it to a piece of the multi-purpose adhesive sheet, and this is something else that's not being carried forward, so if you want some of this, order it before the new catalogue comes out. So what I've got here is a piece that's about 6 inches long. The width doesn't really matter. That's 2 1/4. So you've probably seen me do this before. What I do is, just turn it round this way. Whoops, come back. Open that up, and then lay that down on there, hopefully in a straight line, and then I close that bit down and I cut this off. It's easier to do it this way, and I cut this as close to the cardstock as possible. What I don't want is to leave any sticky bit exposed, so that I don't need. That can be saved and used another time. So what I will do is this is the one for the inside only, and I'm going to die cut there. The other two can only have glue on around that bit there, which is why I'm not doing these on this bit. So let me just get my big shot over first. Oh, I know what I've forgotten. Hold on. I need my little water bottle, because the embossing folder I'm using is a dynamic. Right, so that's the platform, that's the big shot. So I'm going to do the embossing first. So for that I need the regular platform. Whoops. Okay, just a big shot platform. I don't need the thin die adapter, but I need just one cutting mat. And the embossing folder I'm using is called Lace Dynamic, and that's the pattern that's on it. Isn't it gorgeous? Now what I've done on both of these two cards, this one here, I've done it so that I've got the flower right in the centre with 2 either side, and this one I did where I had the flowers like that, and I prefer this one, so that's what I'm going to do this time. So first of all, where's my 2.5 by 2.5, or 3.5 by 3.5 rather. Now because it's a dynamic, I'm going to spray this with water. You get a better impression by spraying it, but also it softens the fibre so that it's not going to tear when it's in there. So I'm going to spray once on the front, once on the back. I can't show you obviously, but you just listen and you'll hear the t-t. 1, 2. Okay. Can you see that? Yes you can, just about. Right, okay. So now I need to line this up. Okay, so I'm going to use this one here, and that I want to be in the centre. So I'm going to put that, no, I don't want that in the centre. I want these two as the centre. So just put that on there as I feel is probably about the centre. It's those two. Right, okay. So just show you, I've got the 2 flowers in the centre there. So to line it up properly, I've got to see how much of that flower I have. I'll have the same down this end. God, that's nice and easy. In fact, there are lines there. You just line it up all the way across there, and then you can decide however much you have of this one here, you need the same on that side. Okay, I'll just get it lined up and I'll bring it up to show you. I think that looks even. Okay, so that design there with the straight line across it, you see how much I've got coming across that last circle? I've got the same on the other end as well. In fact, I might have a tad more on that side, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. It's really very, very close. And because I've got the straight lines there, there and there, I can see that this is straight. So without letting that move, I am going to close this up. In fact, let's do it down like this, it's a lot easier for me. Right, just double check through there to make sure it's all okay. It's a tad not straight, but I think that is so close, I don't think I will worry about that. No, that's fine. Right, now when you're using the embossing folders, you should make sure that your fold goes in the machine first. Now, all the time keep this tight so that your cardstock doesn't move. That's it. And then make sure you don't, because this is the embossing folder is the same width as this. Make sure that it's not coming out on either side. There we go. Let's have a look. There we go. Isn't that stunning? The impression is absolutely amazing. And obviously there are two sides to this, but sometimes they look as if it's the reverse side, and I think that one looks like the reverse. But this is just so beautiful. Love it. Right, so I finished with that. I don't need this platform now. I'm going to bring in my magnetic, and what do I need to do first? I'm going to take the smaller of these two, and I'm going to cut my circle. And for that I'm going to be using my layering circles, Framelits, and this is number 7. Yep, number 7. I start counting the smallest, smaller the die, smaller the number, and this is the second to largest, so that's number 7. And when I'm popping it on here, I am doing it so that it is about an inch from the top there. I'm not going to double check that. I'm going to trust my judgment. Just double check that I did take the largest. Yep, I did. So there's that bit. Got a circle ready for another project. Don't need to do anything to the embossed bit. Need to cut these two. And what I'm using for these are the petals and more. I picked up the wrong one. Don't know whether they're framelits or thinlits. Thinlits. Okay, so I have one of these. I'll have one of the bird, and this is what I used for congratulations. So what I'm going to do for the congratulations is I am going to put it so that I've got more of a gap up, a plain bit, so that I can put the bird onto that bit. I need that. that's the bird, the sentiment. I'm just going to run that one through again. I'm not sure that it needs it, but when there's anything that's got quite a lot of cuts on it, as it's here, I might as well do it twice. Oh, there we go. That's all going to fall out nice and easily. Again, I've forgotten to bring over my dye brush. I'll tell you something that will be in a new catalogue, and that is there's going to be a dye brush attachment for our what's a tool that what do we call our tool? We've got paper piercer one end, we've got a spatula with it as well, and it's the sticky thing, it picks up bits. The name has escaped me, but there's going to be a dye brush attachment for that. Right, I need another one of these for the front of the card. Now this I can just bring straight back through again. Okay, so you see how easily these little bits knock out, and that's because I've put it through the machine twice. They would still come out if you only did it the once, but it wouldn't be quite as easy as this. Okay, so that's that one, and now I need one from here, which is the sticky one. If I do it like that, then that uses the least amount possible. If you've seen me use this before, you know that whatever's left over, I put it into a special box where I keep all the leftovers. And then when I want to use something like this, I always check in there first to see if I've got the colour that I need. Right, let's see. Okay, so I've done that through backwards and forwards twice. That looks perfectly okay. So that needs to be saved. Have I done everything now with the Big Shot? I think so. Right, so where's my paper piercer? Leave all the debris here, I'll sweep it off in a moment. In fact, I don't need to worry about clearing that now, do I? I can do that later. Right. What? Not that one. Try putting it in the... No, not that one. This one. Right. Okay, so I'm going to put it down here. And quite often, what I find, although that gets lots of pieces left in it, anything that's left tends to come out when I remove the backing. Let's see if it will behave itself today with an audience. There we go. Okay. Now let's see. There we go. Takes all the bits out. So that's handy. So take my tweezers and I'm just going to adhere that down that. I'm really sorry to see that these adhesive sheets aren't making it back into the catalogue. But is that lovely? I mean, it's tone on tone, and you know, it's quite amazing just how much you do see. So there we go, that's that. Right. Now we got the tricky bit. I try and work out the easiest way of getting that centred there without using rulers and a lot of fussing around. So what I have found is if I use my dimensions Here we go. And I need a selection of big ones and little ones. And I start off by putting 4 big ones, 1 in each corner, making sure I got the right side facing up. The reason I do it like this is because I want that embossed piece lower. I want to have this gap, okay? Otherwise it would be so much easier if I just stuck that onto there without showing the dimension. Okay, so that's how I want it to go. So what I'm going to do now is, I have tried putting dimensionals on here, the small ones, but it's very difficult to try and get them on there so that they don't show when they go on here. So what I have found best to do is to attach them, put the small ones on here. I do 3 on each side. It doesn't matter if they come off over the edge, because they would just stick to the bit underneath. Okay, so I do that. Then I go back for some more large ones, and I'm going to put 1 in each corner. Having a quite little panic here, hoping that this really is the way I did it before. Right, I think I need to have 1 there. Let's have 1 big one. But otherwise, do you want 1 there? That's going to be going on there. No, because you're going to have those. No, that's fine. That's not going to collide, is it? Let's just make sure. So that's going to be going on there. Approximately like that. Oh no, that's alright. That's good. Okay, so what do? I take off these 4. Okay, so that's the 2 big ones, 2 little ones at the top. And then without letting those touch down, this is a bit like what I do when I use the tape to get my layers straight. Okay, so that's exposed, so I've got to be careful not to allow it to touch down on anything. And because I might fall down on that bit, I'll use that. So now I'm going to position this so that this is all in the centre. Okay, so what I'm doing, I can see there's a little line across there, which I can't see on that one. Okay, so that must be there. Move it up a bit. Yep, okay, so I've got a little bit of a line there and there. If I was doing this by myself, I wouldn't have let that go down. Now I want to see that that side is equivalent, the same as that side. So is that gap about the same as that? I think so. Okay, so I'm going to let that down and has that picked up. Yep, that's picked up. Okay, before I go any further, I am going to take these other ones off, which is the 3 little ones by the side that I put on. And all I'm doing is just keeping my hand on that bit to make sure that I don't put too much pressure on and pull the dimensional off. Okay, so there's that one. Now I can do these 2 big ones down here. Oh, you're not meant to be on there. Let's take that one off. So they're all down, they're all down. Now these 2 little ones, and then these last 3 big ones. Did you come off? Yes, you did. Okay. Now that should be okay to go onto this layer. But what I'm going to do here, in fact, now that I can see this, what I'm going to do is I will put one more big one here. I'm going to put some Tombow onto this bit, because this bit is already up on dimensionals. If you think that that is too much fiddling around and you don't want to be doing it, then just adhere this embossed sheet straight down over the hole, over the window bit. Right, so I've got that. Now the shorter gap is the top rather than the bottom, and that is going to go on here. Okay, so that's all the dimensionals gripping, and now I just need that to grip. Okay, just give it a gentle rub, and then you know everything is all secure. Okay, let's just get rid of all of this rubbish. So now we can adhere this onto this one, and this is going to go on with Tombow. And I will double check to make sure I got the right card there. I think I put the other one right out of the way. Oh, can't see it. Good job I checked that, isn't it? That's the one I don't want. Ah, this is my one. Oh my goodness. I scare myself at times, you know that. Right, so put this down. There we go. Okay, so that and that. So now we need to put these bits on. Let's bring this back. Now when you're positioning this first one, where's my picture gone? I'll use that as a guide. What I do is that leaf there and that leaf there, so that's the outermost leaves. I put that on there, and that bit goes to the point there. Okay, so that one. So it's about like that. Okay. So I can only put Tombow on this bit here, not the leaf on the inside, not that leaf on the inside, but the what I call the open leaf. Okay, so I'm not going too far down because that's going to be overhanging on the inside of the circle. That shouldn't do that one. Okay. Looks about right. so that one's down. That one's down. It's probably further round than I would have wanted it, but that's fine. I can live with that. Now this one is more up like that. Still have the open leaf there and that open leaf there. Where did that one come down? Yes, that should come more like that. Okay, so that's pointing towards the edge there. But just get that up there. If you do it like this, it means there's enough room for getting the bird and the sentiment in there. So let's do that bit next. Right, you do that one, but don't do the inner one. There we go. Right. Don't put it down until you're almost there. Right, that's okay. Now this one is going to go there, so the bird should come there. What I want really is to try and get 2 pearls on here. So how did I do that last time? I get that one there. That's a pearl, that's a pearl. I'm not going to do it, am I? Can you take that up? Oh yes I can. That will do it, because I've got a pearl there and a pearl there. Mind you, it's under his bottom. Right, let's do this one first. I want this on dimensionals. If you want to get some of this shimmery white, which is really gorgeous, I don't know if you've actually been able to see how it glimmers. Let me try on the back there. You really need to get it in the right light. Oh, there you go. It is really gorgeous. It's in the catalogue called Shimmery White, but the price is going up when the new catalogue comes out, so do get it before the 4th of June. There aren't a huge amount of price increases, but that is definitely one of them. Right, now what did I decide? Actually, that could come off, couldn't it? Could fit it on there. What do we think? I'm getting the straight lines lined up with this straight line. I think that looks straight as well. Then we can put this one. If I have the bird that low, I can have more than one. No, I'm going to settle just one. So what I do for the bird, for his head, I put on 2 dimensionals because he's going to be sitting on this dimensional and also dimensional that this one's sitting on. So he's on a double. There we go, that's that. And then I just want something on his tail, and I'm going to cut some of the straight bits off of here. let's see if I need 2 bits. Yes, let's have 2 bits. And there we go. The rest of his body will be supported by the congratulations. I didn't take that one off. Right, where do we want you to go? This is what I'm looking at really. That's the most important bit. And I don't really want a pearl underneath his bottom. So I'd rather just settle for 1 pearl. There we go. Right, now the pearls are here. So I'm going to put one in each of the flowers up here. There should be 4 on this one. You need the bigger pearls to stop them going through the hole, because these flowers aren't supported by anything. And then we need 1 for this flower, and then 1 for that one there. Oh, that doesn't look so bad with 1 there, now that I've got those 2 in the centre. I wasn't really very happy with it here, look. It's a bit, just not nice. Anyway, there we go, that's today's card. Did I finish everything off? I think I did, didn't I? Yep. So I hope you like it, and I hope you give it a try. As I say, I think it makes a lovely anniversary card or a wedding card. Just really superb. So many thanks to Shelley Godby for the inspiration for this. As I say, I will put her the link to her website in the box below the video. Also in the box below the video will be all the measurements and all the products that I've used. If you would like to leave a comment underneath the video, I'm always happy to help you, and I do like to read your feedback. If you've enjoyed my video and would like to be notified each time I upload a new one, please click on the subscribe button, which is down there in the bottom right hand corner, and make sure you click on the bell so that you get the email notifications. And finally, don't forget, I do have a Facebook group called Happy Crafting, and it's for all crafters. You don't have to craft with Stampin' Up products. If you do, that's great, but if you don't, that's great, no worries. I'd love to see you over there. I'd love to see what creations you come up with. I'll put a link to that in the box below as well. So many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.